Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. From the beginning, I promised that I would share everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I guess this is part of the bad, part of the ugly. No hair, no makeup. I have spent the last couple of weeks, well, at least since the last video, dealing with a lot of anxiety. I've gotten feedback in the past, and who knows, I might even get it with this video too, that in doing this and in sharing these things, that I would be giving the narcissist satisfaction and letting him know, that he caused me grief, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't care so much about that as I do sharing what's going on and how I'm feeling with people who are maybe going through this or could potentially go through this, and helping some of you prepare for this part of a separation or a divorce or just getting away from a narcissist, period. To me, that's more important. He knows how I feel about him. He's, an a-hole, and I'll be rid of him hopefully sooner than later. And if he gets satisfaction out of hearing I was anxious or going through a rough time, well, then, that just makes him that much more of a loser and an a-hole and a douchebag. None of those are a surprise to me or anybody that knows him or any of you. So that's fine with me. I don't care about any of that. I'm not having a pity party, nor do I want a pity party. What's really happening is I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety because I'm waiting for this next court date. This court date will tell me a lot of things. One, it will tell me about my personal items that he came and stole here from my home, as many of you know. Anybody that's been following and saw it in previous videos, he came here just shortly, about a month after I moved in, and stole all of my valuables. Anything that was valuable to me was in a big lockbox, and he came and stole it. The police would not intervene. Nobody would get in the middle of it because of the divorce. Their thought on it was that it could possibly be marital property, which is not. So it's all mostly jewelry, very nice pieces of jewelry, things of a lot of sentimental value that my father and my now estranged mother gave me years ago, that I've had and had in my possession until the narcissistic a-hole came and helped himself to all of it. But he has to answer for that now. So I'm anxiously awaiting what is going to come of that, because it's very clear now. We are at that crossroad. It's not his. He has no proof that it's his. He can't produce receipts. Truth be told, he didn't even buy me a wedding ring. Yeah, 24 years of marriage, never bought me a wedding ring. So talk about skin flint. If that doesn't prove that none of it's his, I don't know what does. I don't know what kind of proof you need. I'm waiting to hear what's going to happen with all of that. Does he still have it? Is he going to lie? Did he try to, return some of it to my darling mother? Did he try to send it all back to mommy dearest? I don't know. I don't know what that answer is. I guess because I've waited this long and we're so close, it's causing me this anxiety because I just want answers. I just want some answers. We're moving forward on a lot of things. Sale of our home that he still lives in. I left whatever I could in my car and left him and the house and everything in it, which is very extensive. And if that doesn't tell you something, then nothing will. And the judge has made it clear, he made it clear in the last hearing that he was already leaning towards giving me more than just the 50% share that most people would expect in this situation. And clearly it's because I am not working and he is, and he out earns me by far. Even if I was working, it would be completely lopsided. So the judge is already leaning in my favor when it comes to that. So far, things are not shaping up well for him. He's not going to react well to that because he's a lunatic. It's just causing me a great deal of anxiety. The waiting, not knowing. I don't think it would be this bad if I was dealing with a normal person. I was in business for so long. I dealt with a lot of very stressful things when I ran that business with my dad. Towards the end there, when I handled the negotiating by myself, basically, it was a lot. That kind of stuff is not a problem. I can deal with it. It was pressure, to say the least. But when you're dealing with somebody who's not normal, when you're dealing with somebody who's vindictive, doesn't have feelings, who is very begrudging, lives his life sitting around conniving, thinking about how he's going to get back at people, it makes you wonder what you're going to be up against. I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid of losing stuff per se. I just want it over with. I don't know what to expect. I have a feeling he's going to come back with a bunch of bizarre conditions, you know, just like he did last year when I tried to go and retrieve some things. You know, I'll put it in a storage bin and I'll send the code via my attorney to your attorney, you know, with a decoder. I mean, just petty, ridiculous, asinine things like that is totally what I expect. I think the reason it's causing me so much anxiety is because this is the difference between being divorced in the next couple of months and having this go on for a whole nother year. And I've tried to find the silver lining in all of this. So I guess the silver lining would be he continues to pay equity into a house that I will benefit from when it sells. I've just learned to accept what is happening. Radical acceptance is what it is. It's just a given. I accept it whether I want to or not. I can't change it, whatever. But the reason I felt compelled to share this is because it's all part of the package. It's all part of the I lived with, dealt with, was married to, was in a relationship with a narcissist package. This is all part of it. This is part of the fallout, the anxiety, the nightmares, you know, lack of sleep. We stayed really busy this week. John was awesome. He took me to the museum. He took me to play tennis. We went to the zoo. You know, I mean, he's incredible. I don't know what I would do without him. He knows that this is causing me a lot of anxiety. He doesn't want me just sitting around thinking about it. And he has been absolutely wonderful throughout this process in just trying to support me and not let me just sit around and mull it over constantly. You know, he talks to me about it. He listens when I wanted to discuss it. I couldn't ask for someone better to have by my side to go through this with me. He's been magnificent. He's working now, but while he was home, we really stayed busy and did a lot together. And so being out and enjoying the unseasonably warm weather and doing things together and just taking all of that in was great. And even though I had all of that going on and I have him, our life and our relationship are more than I could ask for. I still don't sleep well. My mind's trying to sort things out. That anxiety is just there. I'm having, you know, all these dreams that just aren't pleasant, dreaming about people and things that I absolutely don't want to dream about. And it's like my mind is trying to work through this problem that I'm having, and I just have no solutions. I have no answers yet. So my mind just keeps trying and trying and trying, and it's very frustrating, and it costs me, you know, hours of sleep. But I still get up happy. I get up grateful that I wake up with John and I get to spend my days with him, and that I end my days with him by my side. So that certainly helps. But the anxiety doesn't go away, and I know a lot of you can relate to that. Again, if he sees this and says, oh great, you know, I was a real thorn in her side, good for him. I want those of you who really need to hear this, I want you to know that you're not alone. Two, if you're headed for it, what you're in for, it's just not easy. It's just not an easy thing. It doesn't go away overnight. What I'm dealing with now is absolutely proof, but I'll get through it. But again, I'm not dealing with, you know, your average person. Divorce is a dirty business, period. But when you're dealing with somebody who's just, you know, so hateful and nasty, it just makes it that much worse, you know. And then all those other elements of my personal items, my jewelry, my belongings that I have no answers on as of yet, just waiting in the balance, along with how he's gonna handle all these other things. You know, he gave me grief when I requested personal items, kitchen items, you know, scrapbooking things, stuff that I enjoy doing. Their response was, you know, oh, those are marital assets, they need to be divided. And I thought, well, if he's taken up cooking and crafting, he'll just have to pay me for my stuff, and I'll buy new things since he can't part with those. So we'll see what their answer is to that. Little dash of sarcasm there for his rottenness. So, just keeping it together. Hopefully by the end of this week, beginning of next week maybe, have some kind of news. At least know the direction and a timeline of some kind would be great. Uncertainty. I just don't like uncertainty. I don't think anybody does, but I'm a creature of habit, and I like routine, and I like knowing what I'm going to be doing and having plans and preparation, things like that. And none of that's possible when you're dealing with a nut job. So I figured I'd just share all that and what's going on, and I haven't made a real video. I'm not even in my normal spot. These last couple of weeks have just really been off for me, and I figured I would at least share why, just like I try to share everything else, and just be real. So hopefully I'll either come back with some good news or my special guest. I don't know. I don't know what to expect this week. I have no idea what is in store for me, and it's unnerving. It really is. It's just unnerving, but I'm still very grateful to be where I am. I still feel incredibly blessed, always optimistic, and I still have a lot of faith that things will go my way because I've been patient. I've just always tried to do what's right, unlike some people. We all know who they are. I'll keep everybody up to speed, and once again, thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, if you liked it, don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to keep sharing everything that I can, and hopefully helping a few people as I go. Thanks for watching, everybody.